been reported. I'm also at my mother's house. Okay, this is why we're at a different setup, why it might sound weird. So bear with me, I'll be here because my little sister's graduating high school. But we're talking about Deandre Ayton potentially. Well, it's not potential. He's going to get a max contract. It's been reported. What will that be from the Suns? And if you're the Suns, do you want to pay him a max contract? Because, JaVale McGee and Bismack Biyombo, one could argue, and maybe you add another center of maybe a better caliber, could give you the same value in a center by committee that a max contract DeAndre Ayton would. I want to hear your thoughts down below. Like and subscribe. Who do you think he's going to go to? So, DeAndre Ayton, man, do you want to say that this is the guy who, I know Chris Paul melted down in the series after game 2, and Williams was outcoached by Jason Kidd, but DeAndre Ayton also had some bad moments. But look, the biggest question this offseason for the Phoenix Suns, which I will be making a Phoenix Suns offseason predictions video, is the status of restricted free agent DeAndre Ayton. The Suns took DeAndre Ayton #1 over Luka Doncic. Also, I've talked about this with my friends. If you redid the first 5 picks, wouldn't you say it'd be Luka Doncic, Trae Young, Mikal Bridges, Miles Bridges, and then I forget who we said 5. But the top 4 would look so different. Either way, if you did a draft redo. But look, they opted signing DeAndre Ayton to a contract before the season. Phoenix has the ability to match any contract they sign, but they would have to probably match a max contract, and that would push them into luxury tax. Also, they could sign and trade him, which I think they're going to do personally. And let's talk about this because Ayton's restricted free agency is a thorny situation for both the team and the player. And the Game 7 against Dallas only made the situation murkier because he finished with 5 points and 5 rebounds in 17 minutes. And Monty Williams said on DeAndre Ayton playing 17 minutes tonight, it's internal. That's all he said, and they haven't. And the thing also is that an unverified report of Ayton and Williams needing to be separated also circulated during the game. And the other thing is that they haven't spoken since the game about Game 7, DeAndre Ayton and Monty Williams. So, who could go? So, right now, Phoenix can offer Ayton a $177 million 5-year deal. And that would be 30.5 next year, 32.9 the following year, and it would end up being, with the final year being 40.3. Per Bobby Marks of ESPN, the Suns have $128.8 million already committed to salaries and are projected to be about $20 million below the tax threshold going into offseason. If they re-sign Ayton and use the mid-level exception to re-sign JaVale McGee, the Suns will be looking at the biggest luxury tax bill in the league, with that being up to $77 million. And no team paid more than $56 million in tax this season, and only 2 teams have made more than $20 million in taxes, okay? So how another team could sign DeAndre Ayton from the Suns? Look, as a restricted free agent, he can only receive a 5-year deal from the Suns, and he'll get a slightly larger deal if he can stay with the Suns. But a max contract for another team would be $131.1 over 4 years. If a team creates space for Ayton and signs him, the Suns would have only 2 days to match him. Now, there are 4 teams projected to have max salary cap space. Those are the Pistons, Pacers, Magic, Spurs. And the Trailblazers can do that by waiving Josh Hart. There's some idiot who was telling me that Trailblazers didn't have cap space. I literally laid out to that asshole in the video that they did have cap space, how they could create even more cap space. You're telling me wrong, you just didn't listen to the video. I don't normally get mad at when people are commenting. One thing that does piss me off is when people comment shit when I know you clearly didn't watch the video. So, don't comment shit if you didn't watch the entirety of the video because you look more like an idiot. I'm done with that. So, Spurs, Magic, Pacers, Pistons, Trailblazers can all offer a max contract to them. Obviously, Trailblazers if they waive Josh Hart / trade Josh Hart. Of course, there's another team, cite one example, a team like the Oklahoma City Thunder are a team that other team, let's say, so I'm not saying the Thunder are going to get Ayton or trying to get Ayton. Hell no. The Thunder are a team that has ample cap space that loves to take on assets. They're a team that I would not be surprised if they take on a contract from another team. Maybe they take, this is all theoretical, but the Hornets need a center. They trade Gordon Hayward and maybe somebody else to create a cap space so the Hornets can go and join the DeAndre Ayton, because I think DeAndre Ayton would be like, hell yeah, I would love to play with LaMelo Ball and, everybody else there if Miles Bridges stays. Now, Maybe he wants to play with Kay Cunningham. Maybe he wants to play with Chris Duarte and Tyrese Halliburton. Maybe he wants to play with Markelle Fultz and Jalen Suggs and Cole Anthony and Franz Wagner and Jonathan Isaac. Maybe he wants to play with DeJounte Murray and Greg Popovich. Or maybe he wants to play with Damian Lillard. Should the Phoenix Suns resign? Yes. If it's not for a max contract. But there's no doubt a decision on Ayton is more complicated given to his, his whole thing. So I want to hear your thoughts down below. Who are you going to do? I don't think they should re-sign him for a max. I think let somebody else get him for a max. He's a poor man's Joel Embiid that doesn't shoot threes. Is that a hot take? Maybe.